Well, throughout our Tuesday afternoon and into the evening hours, we are tracking numerous strong and severe storms, and also those storms were producing a lot of lightning that produced a few fires around the region, structure fires. This video is from the fire in Chatham County just off of Quaco Road at the corner of Laurel Green Court and Clearwater Lane. So that's just off of Quaco Road. 4 people were displaced with no injuries reported, but with all the lightning around, we could have more of this over the next few days because the storms will be very electric once again. Had a few reports of hail in the low country and in Chatham County, also some flooding issues, street flooding issues in Chatham County with very high rainfall rates, and we'll have that concern over the next few days with elevated thunderstorm chances remaining for the next few days. Here's the view downtown, looking pretty nice. Ellis Square and City Market drying out, but Viper radar still tracking a little bit of light rain, mainly inland. Tattnall County, Toombs County into Montgomery County, northern portions of Appleton County doing some very light rain, just really raining itself out very quickly. Looks like the radar will be mainly clear as we head into the overnight hours. Starting off Wednesday with a lot of cloud cover, temperatures in the middle 70s, and then for the afternoon, highs will top out in the lower 90s for us, but scattered showers and storms are expected to develop once again. There is a low end chance that we could have a few strong or severe storms, but it looks like that risk is not going to be as great as what we had for today. But definitely have a plan B and keep an eye on the sky if you do have any kind of outdoor plans. The elevated storm chances will remain for the next few days, settling into a more typical pattern for the weekend and then drying out and heating up a bit more for next week with a few spotty showers or storms possible. High temperatures will be back into the lower and middle 90s with much hotter heat index values expected, but at least we aren't going to be dealing with the excessive heat like we had just a couple weeks ago. For tomorrow, thunderstorms will start to develop around lunchtime, a few showers, but then becoming more widespread as the afternoon goes on. We again have that potential for some very heavy rain as Vipercast is indicating those areas of red that will continue into the early evening hours. Once we lose the daytime heating, conditions will start to settle down. Still some clouds around going into the late hours of Wednesday, and then we'll go through the same type of pattern for Thursday, Friday, and even into the weekend where we could see high rainfall rates and totals in excess of 2 inches widespread. But of course, any thunderstorms that develop may lead to higher rainfall amounts locally. In the tropics, the Hurricane Center is watching 2 areas for development. This one that is located to the northeast of Bermuda is really starting to fizzle out as it moves into the North Atlantic. Cool water and strong upper level winds are tearing that apart, but south of the Cape Verde Islands, this broad area of low pressure that is developing starting to show some signs of better organization compared to the past day or so, with some convection, some thunderstorms developing around that broad center. As it does move to the west, the environment will support some slow development, and the global computer models indicate that this will be pushing off to the west, likely staying to the north of the Caribbean islands. At this point, no threat to the U.S., but as we approach the peak of hurricane season, it's always worthwhile to keep an eye on the tropics. For tonight, 75 for a low temperature, partly cloudy, warm and humid. For tomorrow, it is going to be a hot day ahead of the thunderstorms. High temperatures will top out in the upper 80s to lower 90s, and then those storm chances really build in for the afternoon, and that'll help to cool conditions off quite a bit in the later part of the day. For the boaters, not a bad day. South wind 5 to 10 knots, giving us seas right at 2 feet. So thunderstorm chances elevated for the next few days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but for the weekend, more of a typical pattern setting up. Scattered showers and storms are expected.
All right, this rain will definitely help us, right?
It definitely will. We are seeing some improvements with the drought situation. That should continue over the next week or so.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Well,